can't tell you how angry and so pent up with emotion because of this girl. It's the first time I've really detested a female lead character in a K-drama. I can't stand her. And I hate what she's doing in it. And this drama is just making me so angry and annoyed. And I've seen 9 so far. And this is the one that's brought out the worst kind of emotion in me. Ah, another power tool. Black & Decker mouse to sort out all the rust bits on my van. So I've come out walking, trying to get my 10,000 steps up to a place that's fairly local to me. Ah, beautiful day, isn't it? It's a bank holiday Monday. And I don't know if you can spot a bit of blue there. It's a bit of a lake. But there are quite a few people with the tents and gazebos up having a picnic. And I wanted to find solitude. So I think I found that here. So I found a little path that leads to the lake. It's the only bit that's not inhabited by people. So like, they're all clustered over there on that side of the reservoir. You can hear them. Right, I found a path that goes through a bit of wood there. I'm going to do it. Yeah, damn, doesn't really lead to anywhere. But you can see it's littered with lots of rubbish. Some unsightly people have been around here. The only fear I have walking around places like this, which are nearby not so nice areas, is finding a cut up body. When you come walking through the woods, you know, my usual thing, isn't it? You have a choice of going on several paths. And me, I always forget my way back. So I'm just looking to see if there's anything that I can use as a sign to say, take the left. Okay, I've made my little indicator. Turn left when I reach this path. Okay, so we're walking along. I've never done this bit, so I'm just walking to see what's around this area. I mean, this is literally only like half a mile away from where I live. So far, this is rather promising. Come back to my pointers. Right, let's go that way. Right, let's start the flare because I've got to get to Wicks to get some paint. I don't know what the situation is going to be like with the paint. Woo! Well done, Flare. Right, I was going to go and drive down to Wicks or B&Q to get some paint for Casey's bedroom because I'm going to redecorate it, and Kirk's here to help. I don't know if I'm going to get the colours that I want though. I think there is like a mass buyout of all the paint, wall paint and all the woodwork and everything, so I really don't know. I wanted a dark blue or a dark grey. I might have to end up getting black. Jesus, it's hot today. Managed to get the paint colour that I wanted for his room, the dark blue. And yeah, there seemed to be okay, enough paint for everyone, wood and everything. No shortages in that department. I think the only thing was for plastering and beading, that kind of, yeah, the heavy duty builder trade stuff. I'm making dumplings again, but this time I've made a filling, just mincemeat, mustard, onions, garlic, salt and pepper. Just a simple one. Makes you move, doesn't it? Well, it's been a week, I think, since I've picked up the phone to do any sort of kind of vlogging, because obviously I've had Casey's dad here helping decorate his room, although I think I would have done it faster. May not have been a perfect job, but I would have given it a good go. I've been thinking that I didn't actually progress from my life from when I lived in Holland to what I did afterwards. So the time that I was in Holland was roughly about a year. I became an au pair for this crazy English artist. I think I told you that. We became best friends. I hardly did any all pairing actually. It was more chatting, having fun. And then after Holland, I came back to England, and I virtually was in London at my parents' house for about a month, and then was sent out to Pakistan and India for another 6 months, where I travelled. I didn't travel, I was with my brother and stayed at relatives' houses. Pakistan being probably the most pleasurable, because I have to tell you, Pakistan was probably the most memorable, even though it was quite restrictive in many ways, because obviously being a woman, you're not allowed to go out and about on your own. You have to be accompanied by a family member, and you had to have ID on you to prove that you were a family member. If you were caught with a guy and they weren't your uncle or your cousin or your brother, the police would arrest you and probably rape you because they think you're a naughty girl. But I still managed to go on a few dates out there, sneakingly. Everything was sneaky. Even the parties, we had some wicked parties at aunts' houses. Alcohol was freely available. Yeah, we saw quite a few sights, nothing out of the ordinary. But, you know, everything was back door. In India, I stayed at my aunt's place in Delhi. We went to the Taj Mahal. That was absolutely stunning. But to be honest, the Taj Mahal, that day we had a tour guide, and he took us to all the nearby monuments. And every single monument that we went to was a marble building. So by the time we got to the Taj Mahal, which was like late in the evening to see the sunset, which was absolutely beautiful, my attitude was, yeah, okay, so it's another marble building. So that element of surprise had gone a bit because I was saturated by that time. In India, it was the first time I ever experienced a earthquake. Me and my brother were in the bedroom, and we felt the floor going up in a wave kind of motion. It was just the weirdest experience ever. I woke up and I thought there was bloody poltergeist in the room. I was like, Ian, wake up. We got poltergeist in the room. And he woke up all shocked. And both of us had a sneaky smoke in the room. And we were more frightened about my aunt coming in to check on us to see if that we were okay and smell the shit that was in the room rather than the earthquake. We had a cousin that came over from England to India, and we got on really well with him. He was a bit like a rapper, Apache Indian, if you remember him. He looked like him, and he had the same kind of attitude as well. And I was dying to go to a nightclub in Delhi. So he organised it. So we got in a taxi and we went to a 5-star hotel where they have a nightclub. It was okay, wasn't that great. I think we left around about 4 o'clock in the morning. Got back to my aunt's place. My aunt is super strict, you know. It's quite surprising enough, you know, for someone who was Indian. She would force me to wear the traditional Indian outfits to go out. I had to be escorted everywhere. Didn't have any freedom. So sneaking out to this nightclub was a big major deal. So by the time we got home, she was waiting for me. Oh boy, she took me into the back garden, screamed me down, called me every single name underneath the heavens, shouting and everything. And my brother and my cousin got away with it because they're the blokes. Perfectly okay for them to be going out late at night, but not for a girl. I think I was 24 at the time. And I just said to my brother, I said, I just want to pack my bags and get ourselves into a hotel. I don't want to be here anymore. Whereas in Pakistan, my aunts over there, they were a bit more liberal. I could wear what I want. Everything. I still had to be escorted away because it was just unsafe for a woman to be out and about on her own. And so I had a tad more freedom there and a few more parties to go to. And one of the fond memories of India were me and my bro. We used to be on the roof. We used to be lying there, having a smoke, looking up into the sky, looking at so many shooting stars in India. My God, we saw so many shooting stars. Listening to some mellow music in the background, looking at the stars. It was just so magical. really good. And we used to get the, I don't know if I should be saying this, but we used to get the vegetable guy. He used to come and deliver vegetables to the house to deliver some, you know what. So whenever he used to come, I go, get your potatoes, get your carrots, everything. We knew that he came for a delivery for us. I should also mention that out in India, my aunt tried her level best to get me married off an arranged marriage. And I was up for it, you know. I was thinking, yeah, you know, probably best that I do get married and settle down. And I was all for it because I thought India was fantastic. If I married right, I'd be set for life. So she put her advert in the newspaper and mentioned that I was an English citizen. So I had loads of proposals coming away, and then she invited this one lad over who was a vet and his family. So they came to see me, and she made me dress up, and then she called me into the room, and I sat down and I started asking this fella loads of questions. And I think they were a bit taken aback by my forthrightness. And I said to him straight, I said, so if we get married, are you going to want to come back to England and settle over there? He goes, yes. And I said, well, that's not going to happen. Because when I marry an Indian, I want to live in India, not come back to England and settle over there. So that was the end of it. My aunt was giving me the dagger looks. So after our 6 months away, me and my brother came back to England. And I thought, bloody hell, I better use my degree, innit? Get serious. So that's when I started doing my podiatry, became a locum, and started working in NHS clinics, travelling all around the UK. And that's where my love of travelling came into it. And I had the love of travelling anyway beforehand, but this was, locuming was suiting me down to the ground because I was thrusted into a different environment, meeting new people in a new area. And I just remember going in my lunch breaks, just exploring the towns in the area. I went up to Scotland, Wales, Bath. I've been everywhere with my job. So I did that for 20 odd years. And I was probably one of the best locums that they've had because I never turned down a job. And even if it was snowing outside, I'd make sure I get to the clinic because I knew there would be some people that probably turn up. I didn't want to let them down, and I didn't want to let my agency down either, because I have that kind of streak in me. I like to do the best that I can, and I still do to this day. So I did that for 25 years. I actually had some really good contracts, private contracts with the 5-star hotels in Park Lane, the Hilton, the Four Seasons, this is where I'm name dropping, the Hyde Park, Four Seasons, the Landmark, the Hilton Hotel, where I did the staff suite, and also had the House of Fraser, the head office. So yeah, I did quite well. I was well liked in my job, and I think I just have that natural affinity for people. I'm a good listener, and I just try to do the best at what, you know, in whichever situation I'm in. So I did that for a number of years, and I just remember every time that I went to the 5-star hotels, I would walk back to Euston Station or the tube station, just glorifying the fact that I was in central London. And this is just amazing, even though for like so many years I still glorified in it. That how lucky am I that I'm in this position, I can experience all this, living out my whole life virtually in 10 minutes. So I did that for 25 years, and then I met my son's dad on my family home. He was the builder, so you can just imagine what I thought was love. I fell in love and I got pregnant, and at the age of 40 I got pregnant, and I had to give up, and I terminated that relationship for various reasons. And so I was being a single parent, I had to give up my career in order to concentrate on being a mum. And that's probably the best thing that's ever happened to me, to be honest, because it's grounded me and actually made me realise what life's all about. It's about being a parent. It gives you, well, I don't know how to describe it. It gives you a reason to be alive. You know, that's what's meant to happen. So I was a stay-at-home mum to my son for a number of years, and then I thought I need to get back into the work routine when he gets to school, a nursery school. So I became a dinner lady, and I'll tell you what, it's probably the best thing. I am so happy now with my home life, my work life. I've got a very good balance in what I do, and I can't wish for any more than that. So with this lockdown nearly coming to an end, and we're all going to go back to our normal lives, have I come up with any future plans? No. I'm just going to tread life as I have been, taking each day as it comes, glorifying in it and appreciating what I have and not regretting anything. I have to think about this. My mum was diagnosed with motor neuron disease, and from the day that she was given that diagnosis, she went downhill pretty quickly. So it took 4 years from being diagnosed to actually passing over. So she had to be cared at home, and me and my brother took care of her, and we had a lot of help because by this time she was a Jehovah's Witness, and the Jehovah's Witnesses all rallied round, and I tell you what, I'm in awe of those people. This totally giving, caring, and the amount of time that they gave up to come round and help me and my brother look after our mum was just amazing. I'm so appreciative of them. And then when people slag Jehovah's Witnesses up, I get quite annoyed, because to me they're the ultimate Christians that go by the book. I know a lot of people disagree with a lot of their beliefs and everything, but they're purely just going by what's been written in the Bible. So to me, they're the purest form of Christians that you can get, and I have utmost respect for them. So our mum passed over, like, it took 4 years. It was expected, we all knew, so it wasn't so much as a shock like it was with my dad when he had the heart attack. So we sort of adjusted to the fact that, yes, our mum's not going to be around, and we could see her slowly deteriorating by quite a lot, and it was quite horrible. It's a very horrible disease to see anyone go through. So when she passed over, I sort of gained my free-spiritedness again, and I continued working and making loads of mistakes in life. But hey, that's what life's about, isn't it? It's about making these mistakes and learning from them, and then just moving on. This is my mum, and a lot of people say that I do actually look a lot like her, but she's way more glamorous than I am. I just did the Saturday live session, and I was on for like an hour and 10 minutes. So it's actually quite good, because I played my own tunes for tonight, and there's some really good suggestions as well. So I had a good session. I think I might just carry on dancing a bit, listening to some tunes before I actually go and sit down and watch some Korean dramas. Right, it's about 4:30 in the morning. I'm looking out the window, and there's a few people up. You can see that the lights are on. Quite a lot actually, but it's quite nice. You can hear the bird song. Nice cool breeze.